I love football because I played it since I was 2 years old, since I was old enough to stand up and kick something.
It's my local team introduced by like my uncle and my dad and things, so it's like a family team.
Just the enjoyment I get out of watching the football.
I think football, it just brings everybody together, communities, cities, everything.
Part of Grassroots. Simple as that.
Growing up in the northeast, I guess that football's been part of probably most people's lives. Played it as a kid, and you always get injuries and things and stop playing, and now my children play football.
Football's always been, for me, I suppose, my hobby since I was a 5-year-old.
Always been, like, from a young age, since 4 or 5, I've always grown up kicking a football around the garden, but properly getting into it, I think I played for my first junior football team from the age of, I want to say, 8, 9.
Definitely my relationships with quite a few of my mates have grown since playing football, with the camaraderie, especially on the pitch. Obviously, as you imagine, sort of you are a team. It was
started on a group of lads from the same town who sort of hung around together in like the same friendship group. So on the whole, I did know everyone, but since then we have had other lads come in. I think it's good because as a footballer, from a young age, I've always been a competitive footballer, and I've always wanted to sort of win. And if the new faces are coming in to improve the team, I think that's important.
It's our hometown, and you sort of have a sense that we are a local side with a local name, and you're playing for your town. You know, in our current division, we are the only side from Newton Aycliffe, so you sort of get lumped together. That not only are you playing for a pub, but you are playing for that town. The local authority, unfortunately for us, have not been really helpful. We as a club have never had any guidance or help. Mainly issue with the local authority we've had is obviously pitch hire. Around us, the local authority pitch hires are the cheapest. The grass pitches, shall I say, they are the cheapest, but there's no availability.
I think there's 5, 6, must be more, 7 pitches on the town, and we're all fully booked. All had 2+ teams on them, so we've had 3, 4 sort of homes, if you like, since we started in 2020.
You know, the fact that we have to travel sort of 6 to 8 miles to go and fulfil a fixture is not really right, in my opinion. We have had quite a few called off. Any grass pitches, this winter has really struggled. And yeah, we've probably had this season maybe six weeks worth of cancelled games.
Yeah, I think especially people, they work hard during the week and they're looking forward to a game, so when on a Saturday morning or whatever it is, it gets called off, you're devastated really. That's your day ruined.
Obviously frustration, but I mean the biggest thing obviously is there is certain pitches around here that are so bad that you already know a week before. You can check the weather and go, that game will not be on next weekend, because you just know the pitch is not going to hold the water.
I understand the money side of it. You can't just throw money at kids or adults playing football, but it would be nice to have better facilities for everybody.
Going from April, we'll have double headers, like weeks, where we'll be playing Wednesday and Saturday. And I know for a fine fact that Wednesday night fixtures are going to be a nightmare to fulfil, because the kick-off is at 6 o'clock, let's say, and you might be playing half an hour away. Some guys don't finish work till 5, half 5. By the time they get back from site or whatever, it's not going to be sustainable for them to play.
If you work shift or have obscure hours, or even 9 till 5 sometimes, if you're expected to play at 6 o'clock and you've got away games up in Stanley, which is a 50-minute drive. So if I'm expected to play at 6 o'clock, I can't make that commitment because I don't know if I'm going to be finished for 6 o'clock.
Obviously we have the pub, which is our sort of the name that we play out of, and obviously he's a great sponsor throughout the season and donates money to us, raises money on our behalf, and obviously feeds the team on a Saturday.
We used to have a beer draw where the locals would buy beer tokens and the money would go into the football team. Because The football team, obviously the way things are now, they didn't bring cash, so there was no way to pay by card it was a bee draw for raffle tickets. So the locals saw the football team weren't putting in, so they stopped doing it themselves.
We do have local sponsors for the kit sponsor. We currently have a sort of match day sponsor who it's a local business who basically at the beginning of the season paid a sponsorship fee, and every week on social media we try and give them a shout out.
Yeah, I wish I could help more. You try and do your little bit by turning up and paying the money, but I know my son would have me being a coach straight away, but yeah, it's hard for a lot of the teams.
It does get to that point throughout the season. There's times where we get invoices for like sort of pitch hires and stuff like that, or you get drawn a home game and you have to pay the referee and you're thinking, I need to pull some money in from somewhere to pay that bill.
I think going back to the pride of kind of where you live, there's a good local team that you can go watch most weeks and just seeing them doing well. I also watch a slightly bigger team, but to move into Aycliffe Village, I've been here 20 years and it's only been the last 5 years or so that I've kind of got involved with it all, but I've really enjoyed it and good community spirit, and I've probably made more friends through that than I have just through the streets, I guess. And I'm devastated that I haven't been doing it for the whole time, really.
I think you feel part of a community. You get that sense of belonging. And I think when it's your local team, you get a sense of pride as well. I know it seems sort of daft because it's sort of grassroots and there's no sort of money involved, but you do get that feeling where you're representing your hometown and you've got rivalries and you want to beat the team from next door. So it's a sense of pride.
Sense of belonging massively, yeah, because it connects me with my town. You know, I play for a football team that are based in my local town, and the people that I play football with are most of them are people who I've grown up with, and it's a constant reminder of being reconnected with sort of where we belong.
Yeah, mentally, I guess. I'm lucky enough that it's only 10-minute walk away. I can actually physically walk to it. But yeah, it does. It gets you going. It gets you up and feel like you want to do something. So
I definitely see the mental benefits of getting out of the house, doing some physical exercise.
For me, it's massively mentally stimulating on a number of aspects that, you know, I get to see my friends, I get to socialise, I get to have a competitive edge, I get to sort of, I suppose, keep on doing something that I've always liked to do as a child.
Yeah, I guess you feel like you've done something rather than just sat in the house watching TV. And football's on all weekend, but it's nice to get out and see it at first hand.
On a Saturday, I go and play football for a few hours, and sort of that space can be healthy. And sort of overall, yeah, I think there's so many health benefits mentally and physically that anyone could benefit from. I think grassroots and lower level football, as if I was going to lump everything together, you know, not in these professional sides, it is the heart and soul of football.
I've played for numerous teams and been involved with numerous clubs, and in each one there is at least one or two people that I'm still in contact with now, so you make friends for life.
Going down to watch grassroots level football is always going to be an entertaining game. You're never going to see a 0-0 score draw, so it's free, it's fresh air, there's all these things that, like, at the moment in the world where everything's starting to cost more, grassroots football is something that anyone can enjoy. Even taking the dog out for a walk and going to see the football.
Pretty simple, give it a go. You might just like it.